Have you ever wondered how they choose jurors? We chose this morning's guest to tell you. Who is she? You'll meet her coming up next on All American People. Good morning. Welcome to All American People. This morning we're at the Horry County Government and Justice Center. We're focused on the office of the Clerk of Court, and we're visiting with the Clerk of Court, the Honorable Melanie Huggins-Ward. Good morning, Melanie.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Exciting to get you in. What about this facility? It must feel
beautiful.
Great coming here every day.
It is. It's beautiful.
It is a magnificent facility.
We've been here since 2002.
Is that right? Okay,
Correct.
Great. Yes, we had Sheriff Thompson with us yesterday and Greg Hembry with us on Monday, and to think about all week hearing about this magnificent facility and all the great things that happen in here. A lot takes place here.
Yes, it does. There's a lot going on here.
A lot happening. And of course, the Clerk of Courts Office, is it physically located here in the building?
It is. It's located on the judicial side of the complex. One side's judicial, other side is administration.
Great. Okay. And I think you shared with me earlier this morning, you also have another satellite office down in
Surfside, Homestown Road.
Oh, great. Okay.
I do. Have 2 employees down there.
A lot happening down there. We'll look forward to hearing a little more about that. But about yourself, Mel, and what should we call you? Is that
Melanie.
You go by Melanie?
I go by Melanie. Everyone calls me Melanie, my staff, everyone.
Everybody, great. Melanie, then
Yes.
About yourself, are you originally from the area?
I am. I was born in Green Sea, South Carolina, and have lived there all my life, still there.
You've remained in Green Sea?
I have.
That's tremendous. Well, you think about a county like this, and of course, being on the road a good bit, clearly being in Green Sea, it means you are on the road a little bit.
I am 50 miles a day round trip.
Is that right, Melanie?
That's correct.
Son of a gun. And you have family here in the area?
I do. All my family's here. My children, my father, my mother was here and she passed away in 2002.
Oh,
so all my family's here.
Son of a gun. I think I saw you have 4 children, 2 stepchildren. They're all here in the area as well?
They are. And a grandchild and another one on the way any day.
Is that right? Yeah, it could happen even today.
Even
in
today,
the next
it
couple
could be
days.
today.
Very
That's
exciting.
right.
The due date is April 15th.
That's correct.
So this Friday.
That's correct.
How exciting, Melanie.
I know,
wow.
I'm
What's
excited.
that like? Will this be your first granddaughter?
No, I have that'll be my first granddaughter. I have a
Right.
grandson who is 4.
Okay, good.
Yes. And
And-
that's with my second oldest child.
Okay, and so
Yes.
you said all 6 of your children and are here in the area.
They are. My one son lives next door to me in a home next door to me, my oldest son. My next son, who has the children, the little boy and the little
Right.
girl on the way,
Yes.
lives about 3 miles from me. And then 2 of the children are my sister's children that I raised since 2002.
Wow.
My mother was raising them and she suddenly passed away with a massive heart attack, and I took them on that day that she died in 2002, and I've had them ever since. The oldest one is a boy and he's a freshman at USC in Columbia, and then the youngest is a daughter who is a sophomore at Green Sea Floyd's High School.
Wow.
Then my oldest stepson, who lives with us, is a senior at Green Sea Floyd's High School, and the daughter is in the 5th grade at Green Sea Floyd's Elementary.
How exciting, Melanie. Golly,
Yes.
so everyone is truly in an immediate, other than your son there in Columbia.
Right, when he's
Right.
home, as much as I can get him back here because I miss him. He's coming home this weekend. But
That is incredible. What is it about? Is it something about Green Sea, Floyd's, that area, Green Sea, that has kept you all so close?
well, everybody there knows everybody. It's a close-knit community, and I
Right.
just love it there.
That is tremendous. Well, I'm sure a lot of those folks were involved in helping you, and I saw that run for office. You actually had to run for office back
That's correct.
in 2004. What's that like, actually getting out campaigning, Melanie?
Well, that was an experience like I had never had before. I will tell you that. Especially with a county like Horry County, because
Right.
it is land-wise is the largest county
Right.
east of Mississippi.
Wow.
So, and it is the largest land-wise in the state of South
Oh,
Carolina.
yeah.
So that's a long ways from end to end campaigning, but I had a lot of help with family and friends and staff in the Clerk of Courts Office. They got out on Saturday mornings.
Right.
4 and 5 carloads of the girls that worked together in the office would meet up at a country store somewhere at 7 in the morning. We'd all have breakfast, and we would go out to a car and go in different areas.
Wow.
Parked our car, got out the cars, walked door to door.
How exciting, Melanie.
Yeah, it was. And we would start 6 in the morning and usually go to 11 or 12 every night for several days.
That is incredible.
But I loved it. It was, you meet some of the greatest people in the world.
And
There's some great people in Horry County.
Oh yeah, you had been in the clerk's office almost 20 years by that point.
That's correct.
By that point, when you decided to actually step out and run for, that is a big deal though.
Right, and I had been Jeannie Roberts, who was the previous clerk of court. I had been her deputy for her 2 terms.
Okay, so you'd served as deputy for 8 years.
I did.
Wow.
I
So
did.
you had her support clearly.
I did. She got out and went door to door with me. Anytime I needed her, she was always right there for me.
That is tremendous,
Yeah,
Melanie. Did you grow up thinking you were going to work in the clerk's office and even potentially ultimately run for office?
I did not. When I was young in high school, I'd always wanted to be an attorney.
Really?
But I'd never pursued it on. I went to college for 2 years and then I dropped out, got married and had children. And,
Right.
but then I ended up working in the legal field anyway,
yeah,
so it all
clearly.
worked out. It did.
You deal with attorneys day in and day out.
I do, and we have a great bar in Horry County and in other parts of the state as well.
Right, sure. Melanie, you mentioned that some of those Saturday morning, 6 a.m., you were out with the girls. And speaking of that, in the numbers there in the office, I think you said you all have about 45 folks. What is the percentage of female to male?
We have 44 women and 1 man.
Is that right?
That is
Wow.
correct.
He is.
That is correct. And we have no turnover unless someone retires. That's
that
the
right?
only times that we don't have any turnover in the clerk's office.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
what
we
about
have
that?
1 man.
How did he ultimately get into the sorority?
He applied and he works out wonderful.
Oh, yeah,
He does.
yeah.
He works out wonderful. You just don't have too many men applying for clerical positions. So.
Right. Had the clerk of court in, let's say, the other 45 counties in the state, or are these by judicial districts? I mean, are you the clerk for Horry and Georgetown County, or just Horry County?
Just Horry County.
Okay,
They are by county.
They are by county. So are of the other 45 clerk of courts throughout the state, are those principally women, or is that a good mix?
There is more women than there is men.
Is that right?
But there's several men as well.
Yeah, I was thinking about they're probably further back in the years, there were probably some men that held this office.
Right. Mr. Horton held it prior to Ms. Richardson.
Okay.
So yes, there was a man prior to her.
Right. That's fascinating. Well, clearly women are running the ship now, I mean, and doing a great job.
Thank
and clearly the clerk's office, some very exciting things going on. Technology has impacted you all a good bit, hasn't it?
That it has. Since 2006, we have went on a statewide system to where we are the only county in the state of South Carolina who is connected with all the magistrates and the municipalities, and we're all on the same system.
Is that
so we
right?
can all work with each other, and all our records are together. So we input our stuff, they input theirs, but it's all together. But we're the only. This is a statewide system that Chief Justice Toll implemented for all clerks. But we were the 8th one in the state to go on the system, but we were the first one, and as far as I know, we're still the only one that has connected all the magistrates and municipalities along with the clerk's office with this information.
That seems so vital. Why do you think other counties haven't followed in your footsteps?
I'm not sure if it's because of the money
Budget,
or
maybe.
budget
Right.
reasons. I'm not sure
Right,
why, but
right.
it seems to have worked out good. There was some hiccups, we'll call, getting
Right.
there, but once we got there, it has been great. And since we started that, we scan all our documents to where when you come in to view documents at the public index area, you can come in there and actually look at the documents without pulling the file. And hopefully in the near future, we will be able to have it to where you can view these documents from home on the civil side only.
Golly, that would be
Yeah.
gigantic.
But all that stuff, you can go directly to my website and pull up that information, as well as all the rosters for civil hearings and family court hearings are on my website, where you can pull them up from your home or office and see if you're an attorney, if you have a case coming up, and the system as far as on the civil side. And you can put in, if you're an attorney, you can put in your bar number that's given to you by the state.
Right.
And hit it to load your cases, and it'll pull up every case you have out there pending, what cases you got on the docket coming up, instead of having to go through each and every one. We have come a long way.
That is
long, long
tremendous.
ways.
You think back for you, back to your first day on the job, which would have been Not to date you there, but I think you said...
That's okay, August of 1986.
Okay, so 25 years this August.
Right, and when I came in, I worked on the corner of someone's desk, and everything was done in a book with a pencil.
Golly, Melanie.
So we have come a long, long way since I've been here.
Is there any position within the Clerk of Courts office that you have not held?
I haven't
Is there
held
anything
them,
you
but,
haven't
but
done?
I can sit at anybody's desk and do their job in the clerk's office.
That is tremendous.
And when Jeannie Roberts was deputy, that was one of the things, I mean, when I was deputy for Jeannie Roberts, that was one of the things I wanted to do, was to sit in everybody's desk and learn their job. So if anybody comes in off the street or needs something done, and that person that does that job's not there, they don't have to wait or go away. Someone's in there that can help them.
If someone's sick, you or somebody else in the office, and surely you can step in.
That's correct.
That is tremendous, Melanie. If someone asks you that simple question, I don't know what the clerk's office does, what are the duties of the Clerk of Court here in Horry County?
Well, the clerk's office is the official record keeper of all civil, criminal, and family court records. That's all filings in those areas, such as in criminal division is arrest warrants, indictments. In the civil side, it's all less pendings, civil suits of any kind. In family court, it would be all divorce cases, child support cases, domestic abuse cases, that type of stuff. All that is filed with the clerk's office. It begins with me and it ends with me. All the cases that go to the master in equity for foreclosures, any kind of hearing she has, all those cases start with the Clerk of Courts office, and then they are referred to the master in equity, and then when she completes her duties with them, they're sent back to the clerk's office to dispose of.
That is incredible. So
that's just with the civil side now.
Yeah.
We also, the clerk's office is also responsible for summonsing all jurors for circuit court. We process passport applications. If you receive your notary to where you become a notary, you come into the clerk's office, sign a book, file that in the clerk's office. All bondsmen for the county, if you write bonds to get anyone out of jail or anything, and you have to file that license with the Clerk of Courts office. We also take care of hawkers and peddlers license. If you see the events that are going on and the vendors have their tents up, they have to come to the Clerk's Courts office and apply for hawkers and peddlers license. That comes through my office.
A massive amount of licensure and otherwise that has to come through y'all.
Right. We process all circuit court and family court dockets for cases coming up for hearing. The clerk's office staffs all courtroom staff with court clerks for court hearings going on, and we have anywhere from 8 to 11 judges every week.
That is incredible. All coming through here, or do they hear cases in other places in the county?
They also hear places in the magistrate's have hearings in the magistrate's offices and in circuit court. I mean, in municipal court.
Okay.
And over in the magistrate's office, they also have an area that is central traffic court, where different magistrates, different terms hear it, where they do the traffic tickets.
Now that doesn't flow through y'all.
That does not flow through
good.
my
So there is something that y'all don't have to
correct.
do. Yeah, because it sounds like you do everything.
Well, we do a lot. We do.
That is incredible. You mentioned that probate court does not have to spend a lot of time with y'all, interfacing with you.
They do not. The only time we really have to do anything with the probate is if she's having a jury trial, and what brought that to my mind, she has one coming up, and she will send me an order that she needs additional jurors, and I will pull jurors to go to her court for a hearing as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but it could not be possible to do all this without the excellent staff that's in the Clerk of Courts office. There is a great group.
I don't know how you do this with 45 folks there, Melanie.
We do a lot of multitasking.
I mean, you must. Yeah, you really must.
We do. But that's, like I said, the staff is excellent. That's the reason everything runs as well as it does.